Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Per your request, in today's video we are going to be trying a couple of the Beaute palettes that just came out. I mentioned these in a Will I Buy It video. I told you guys they had offered to send them to me and I hadn't replied because I didn't know what it was and I was busy at the time, and a lot of you said you did want to see a video with these palettes, so I reached back out to them. I told them the two palettes that I wanted to try, which are Begonia and Calla, and they sent them to me straight away. So in today's video I'm going to be reviewing these for you. I'm going to tell you what I think about them and I'm going to be doing a look with each one. If you're excited for today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave, and let's go ahead and get started. Beaute is a small indie brand. I've only talked about them once before on my channel where I did a video reviewing one of their palettes, and unfortunately I was not the biggest fan of that palette because there weren't any light shades in it that I could use to like blend out the shades, so the color story wasn't ideal for me. But when I saw these palettes I was like, wait a minute, because those are definitely up my alley. So I'm very excited to try these. And the one thing I noticed immediately the first time I tried that other palette in the past was that the formulas of their shades are really nice. Their shades are pigmented, they blend nicely, the shimmers are nice and intense, so I cannot wait to show you these and swatch them and do a couple of looks for you. They released a total of 4 palettes. I'm going to put a picture right there so you can take a look at them. Out of those 4, I definitely had favorites. My favorite 2 palettes, like I said, were Begonia and Calla, and let me just go ahead and show you the inside of these. So here is the outside packaging of the palette. Calla, as you can see, it's got these really beautiful like flower thing on the inside there, and once you open it, this is a really nice natural palette. It's got your neutral earth tone mattes, and then it's got some really fantastic looking metallic shades. I definitely had to have this one. You guys know I'm pretty basic at heart and I also love my shimmers, so this was definitely a palette that I had to have. And then we have Begonia here, which you can see the little petals behind the name of this one, and once you open it, this one has a really beautiful mixture of olivey green shades and like a romantic pinkish color story on this side. Also a color story that seemed very interesting to me and that I absolutely loved, so I also had to have this one. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and swatch this palette. Just take a look right there at how intense the color came out on my fingers. Wow. And let's swatch it in the back of my hand. Nice and creamy. The metallic shades feel like an actual cream. Super beautiful. Wow, that looks so good. Here's the rest of the shades on my fingers, and let's go ahead and swatch these as well. The metallic shades, like I said, are unbelievable. And then we have the lighter matte shades right here, which are probably not going to look as pigmented, but they blend out color really nicely. So just take a look right here at the entire Calla palette swatched. As you can see down here, the lighter shades are not as richly pigmented as the metallics and this deep one right here. But I can tell you that I already did the look I'm going to show you with this palette. And these shades right here, even though they don't look as pigmented swatched, they build up really nicely and they blend out really nicely. Plus they make the perfect pairing for these strong metallic shades right here. Before I show you the eye look I created with the Calla palette though, let's go ahead and swatch Begonia. I'm starting in the lighter part of the palette here. And just take a look right here at how amazing these shades look swatched on the fingers. I love shades like this one here. The peachy tones with the gold duochrome shimmers, so freaking pretty. And so let's go ahead and swatch this one on the back of my hand. Wow. This just swatched extremely creamy. I absolutely love the way that looks. Wow. So let's go for the next 4 shades. Take a look at them right here on my finger. This duochrome green looks incredible, and I love a dark burgundy like this one. I'm so excited to play with this palette. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Okay, so take a look right here at the entire Begonia palette swatched. I'm definitely very excited about the shimmer shades. These mattes down here swatched a little bit patchier, but hopefully once I use them on my eyelid, they'll work nicely. So yeah, Here is the Begonia palette swatched. So now that we got the swatches out of the way, let's go ahead and do some eye looks. Let me show you the look I did with the Calla palette a couple of days ago. I already did the look over on this eye and I'm just going to recreate it over here. I used every single shade except for one, and here is the eye look that we're going to be recreating. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about mixing the silver with the gold, but I kind of dig it. I do think I like it. So let's go ahead and do it over on this side. I started with my REPHR number 15 and the lightest matte color back here. And this was the matte shade that I used for the crease of my eye. So just back and forth with my big fluffy brush, I blended it. I then switched to a REPHR number 1 brush and I went one shade deeper to this second matte shade right here. And with this one, I started to intensify the outer corner of the eye and the crease ever so slightly. So with the tip of my REPHR number 1 brush, I'm just bringing that color in halfway through the crease. The next shade is this one here to intensify things even more. So I'm putting it right on the outer third of my eyelid and just barely blending it into the crease here, just slightly swiping it up into my crease color, just like that. With a flat REPHR number 28, I went into the darkest metallic shade right here. And I tapped this one right next to my matte shade. So not quite in the center of the eyelid, a little bit past the center. And I blended this shimmer into the matte ever so slightly. Now, because this shimmer is slightly darker than my outer corner and I love creating a gradient effect, back with my REPHR number 1 brush, I'm going to go into the darkest matte shade right here, just barely tap my brush in there. And then I'm just going to add a bit more smokiness to the outer corner of the eye back here, just like that. And I'm bringing it in above the shimmer just a little bit. Same REPHR number 28 brush, but I'm going to use the other side and I'm going to use the stunning gold shade right here to add this color to the center of my eyelid. These really beautiful metallic colors in this palette are quite creamy and, as you can see, very pigmented. Bringing that gold forward a bit, just tapping the color in place. Same number 28 brush, you can clean it, or in my case I have two, so I grabbed another one and I'm going to go for the lightest of the silvers. So this one right here. And this is the color I'm putting on the inner third of my eyelid, the inner corner of the eye, and I'm blending it in ever so slightly through the middle. Small fluffy brush for the under eye area. This is my REPHR number 14 and I'm going to get a bit of the darkest matte shade and smoke it right underneath the outer third of my under eye here. Make sure to connect it to the top. And then I'm going to mix a lot of this one with a little bit of that one. And I'm going to blend that mixture all the way to my tear duct area. Just back and forth with my REPHR number 14 brush. I put a brown eyeliner in the waterline of my eye, and this right here is the eye look before I put on any mascara. As you can see, I do already have mascara over on this eye, but this one doesn't have any mascara on yet, so this is what things should be looking like. Let me be right back with mascara on and I'll show you the final results. Alright, so I'm back with mascara on and here's the final look with the Calla palette. It is dark and sultry and smoky and very, very shiny with these metallic colors. So obviously I absolutely love it. The metallic shades in this palette give me some Minka vibes, like these colors up here. Obviously these are chunkier and even more glittery, but these definitely gave me a bit of Minka vibes. And you guys know I absolutely love this palette. Overall, really impressed with this one. The performance was beautiful. As you saw, the shades blended immediately on my eye and they are really, really nice and pigmented. So let's go ahead and play with the Begonia palette next. I'm back to create the look with the Begonia palette. I already have it over on this eye and I am so proud of the way this came out. I literally did not know how I was going to mix the greens with the pinky, more romantic shades of this palette, but I definitely wanted to mix them and I feel like I did so good. So let me show you the look and then we'll recreate it over on this eye. Take a look right there. You guys know I am a huge fan of burgundies. I told you I live for the peachy shade, so I had to use it, and then I put the green right in the center. I put the green underneath my eye and I did a green eyeliner, and I feel like it all ties together really nicely. I really love the way this looks. So let's go ahead and do it on this side. I want to show you how we got here. First things first, the transition shade, and of course I went for this muted mauvey pinky matte shade right here, and I used my REPHR number 15 brush to get my crease color. So with my REPHR number 15 I just blended this shade back and forth. It blends out really easily. It's nice, it's creamy, it's pigmented, it's spectacular. So just back and forth, adding a little bit to the outer third of my eyelid and just diffusing everything really nicely. So once we have this nice base going, I switched to a REPHR number 1 brush and I went to the darkest color of the palette, which is this burgundy back here. And I added this color to the outer third of my eyelid by patting it in place first. And then after I have a nice intense outer corner, with the tip of my REPHR number 1, I'm going to start blending it up into the crease. Just back and forth with the tip of my brush until I don't have any harsh edges back here, and just take a look at how nicely these two colors blended into one another. So then with a REPHR number 28, I grabbed the green duochrome shade right here in the middle and I patted it onto the center of my eyelid, blending it into that matte burgundy color back here. I'm patting the color all over the center of the eyelid. I went back to the shade one time to kind of build it up a bit. If you see that you have a hard edge between the shimmer and the outer corner, tap the brush that you applied the burgundy color with over the edge so that the two colors mix together nicely. REPHR number 28, and we are going to the peachy shimmer shade right here and adding it to the inner part of the eyelid so that it meets the green, but still leave a little space on the inner corner for the silver. So right here, just patting it in place. I switched to a different brush. This is a REPHR number 26, and then I'm grabbing the silver shade right here. And that is the color that I'm applying to the inner third of my eyelid and also the inner corner of my eye, right there. For the under eye, very simple, a pencil brush. This is my REPHR number 3 and the darkest color we used. And I'm just adding this color to the outer third of my under eye here so that it meets with the top. Just smudging it right back here. And then with a teeny tiny blending brush, this is my REPHR number 13. I'm going for the olive green color and I'm blending it all throughout the under eye area. Back and forth here underneath that burgundy as well. And we just want to diffuse it really nicely. I feel like if this olive green was a lighter shade of olive green, it would be even better because it would match that green even better than it does. But no complaints on my part. The way I brought that lighter colored green to the under eye was with an eyeliner. So this is the Sephora Collection waterproof eyeliner in lime green. And this one I added to the waterline right down here. And the eyeliner brought the lighter green vibes to the under eye area. So here's the eye look with the Begonia palette. I know it might not be overly special, but I'm pretty proud of the way I combined the colors. So let me go ahead and put some mascara on and I'll show you the final results. I'm back, and not only did I put mascara on, I also put on some lashes to make this even more glam. I am obsessed with the way it looks. And the best part of this whole video, which I haven't even told you yet, is that each one of these palettes retail for $19.99. So 20 bucks a piece, which I think is an incredible price, especially for how well these shades perform and how beautiful they look on the eye. There's also a floral collection bundle on their website that has all 4 of the palettes that they released, and that retails for $74.99, so you have a $5 discount if you get the bundle. I don't know if Ace Beaute has like influencer discount codes or anything like that. I don't have one, but if any of you know of a discount code to the Ace Beaute website, please leave it down below in the comment section and I'll pin your comment so that everybody can save some coin on these, if that's even a thing. Anyways, absolutely in love with these. I can't believe that they're $20. I thought the formulas were incredible. Richly pigmented, shiny, blendable, spectacular in my opinion. So if you are interested, I do highly recommend these. If you guys like today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, don't forget to let me know what you think of these down in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.